In this video, we're going to look at how the test coordinator is going to set up for test day. And so this is on page 45 of the online administration manual. So let's talk about preparing test sessions. So this is completed by the test coordinator from an administrative computer. And you're going to do this in Pearson Access Next. Note, these steps are performed once for each test session. Test sessions should be prepared 1 to 2 days before test day. For multiple day testing, this is performed the day before the first sitting. And so these are the steps. So step 1, you're going to select a testing icon. Step 2, you're going to select the session's title to access the session's screen. 3, you're going to check the box next to the sessions that will be administered in the upcoming days. 4, in the tasks pane, select Show Students in Sessions and Control Sessions. In the drop-down menu, the Students in Session screen appears. And then 5, use the following table to determine the next step. If you're going to prepare all sessions, then in the Sessions List pane, to select multiple sessions, select the Combined View button. Then select Prepare All Sessions button. To prepare an individual session, in the Sessions list, select a session, then select the Prepare Session button. 6, allow a few minutes, depending on the number of sessions and the size of the sessions being prepared. Then select the Refresh button. Note, the session is now marked as ready. Do not start the session until the day of testing. Okay, so now we're going to go into Pearson Access Next, and we're going to perform these steps on a couple of the sessions. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to move a couple of things over. Okay, so I'm in Pearson Access Next, or at least the training part of Pearson Access Next, and 1 to 2 days before testing, the test coordinator, that is you, will have to prepare test sessions. All right, so let's talk about how to do this. All right, so remember from our steps, you're going to go to testing right here. Go to testing. Then step 2, you're going to select sessions. When you select sessions, it's still turning. All the sessions that you created will show up. All right. Now, number 3, check the box next to the session or sessions that will be administered in the upcoming days. So you see the ones that are not prepared. That's the one that's the one you're going to see when you first give the test. It'll say not prepared. So I'm going to go ahead and pick makeup number 2, and we're going to pick timing code 6 VL. I'm going to pick those two just to use in our example. All right, so once you pick the sessions that you need to prepare for the upcoming days, step 4 says go to the task pane right here, select, so click on it, and then you're going to select Show Students in Sessions and Control Sessions right here in the drop-down menu. When you click on it, the students will show up. So you'll notice that, see where Makeup 2 is highlighted? There's one student in that class. You see the student right here? And notice there's a lock on it. If I click on TC 6VL, there are more students there. So you see the students? They're listed down here. Okay? Now, what they're saying in number 5 is this. Use the following table to determine the next step. If you want to prepare all of these sessions right here in that session list, first and second, then they said all you have to do is click on that Combined View button right here. And when you click on the Combined View button, I want to show you something. Let me go ahead and see if I'm going to go ahead and move this a little bit further up so you can see this. All right, so I'm going to click on the Combine View button right here. And as I do that, I want you to notice the students here. So I'm going to click on the Combine View button, and then notice the students here will come from all the sessions in this session list. All right, so remember there was only one in makeup, and I think there were 5 in the other sessions. So altogether you have 6 students that you need to prepare a session for. All right, so that's how you're going to do the combined view. Okay, and then you're going to select prepare all sessions right here. But I'm not going to do that in this example, but if you needed to, then that's what you would do. So once you did that, then it would prepare all the sessions, okay, for all these students right here. So all these students, these sessions would be prepared. All right, now if you select an individual session, which is what I'm going to do for our example, so I'm going to click on, let's say, makeup number 2, which only had 1 student. All right, so you're going to go and you're going to select prepare session. I want you to see what's going to happen. First of all, notice right here, see the student test status? There is a lock, a padlock, and it says the word ready, right? And then notice right here under the session, right next to the makeup 2, there's a circle and it's white. See that? Okay, so I'm going to click on prepare session. There's only 1 student session I need to prepare. And notice up here, it says it's waiting right here, waiting. So it may take, depending on how many students and how many sessions you need to do, it could take 1 to 2 minutes. But it's still waiting. It's preparing, it's waiting. Again, notice the circle. See how it's blue now? All right. Well, okay, it's now ready. And now look at the session circle. So it's now gray. It's not white anymore, right? And then it still says ready with a padlock. Okay? All right. So now this session, makeup number 2, is now ready. That session is ready. Okay? All right. All you need to do the day of is the next part, which is to start the session. All right, so now you all know how to prepare a session. Okay, so that session is prepared. Now, I'm going to go back. I want to show you something. I'm going to go back to the testing icon right here. I'm going to go to sessions. And you remember that makeup right here? It now says ready. It's not the word not prepared, right? It now says ready. So that session is ready. And the morning of is where you're going to start that session. All right, so let's talk about that. All right, so that was how you're going to prepare a test session. So when you prepare a test session, it's going to say the word ready. It will say the word ready, okay? Okay, so now that you prepared the test session 1 to 2 days before the test, then you have to start the test session. And that is completed by the test coordinator. And you're going to do this in Pearson Access Next. Note, on the morning of test day, this task is performed once for each test session. It must be done before the room supervisors can unlock their sessions. For multiple day testing, this is performed on the day of the first sitting. Okay, these are the steps. Step 1, select the testing icon. Step 2, select the session's title to activate the session's screen. 3, check the box next to the session or sessions that will be administered today. 4, in the task pane, select Show Students in Sessions and Control Sessions. In the drop-down menu, the Students in Sessions screen appears. 5, choose the session from the left-hand side of the screen. The Start Session button appears. And finally, step 6, select the Start Session button for each test session on each day of testing. Note, the test session is now marked as in progress. Bullet number 2, the Start Session button becomes a Stop Session button. You now have a padlock next to the test. And the last bullet in number 6, in the examinee pane, notice the student test status is marked as ready, but has a padlock. This means the test is locked. To see unlock a test session on page 57 for instructions. So remember, the room supervisor is going to unlock a test session. All right, so let's look at it at an example where we're going to start a test session. Okay, so now on the morning of test day, you now have to go in and start the test session. The test session must be started before the room supervisor can unlock a test session. All right, so let's go through the process. So to start a test session, we're going to go to Testing. Then you're going to click on Sessions. Okay. Now all your sessions showed up. All right. Now remember, the test session must be prepared, right? First. So you did that yesterday or the day before. So whenever you did that, the word ready under session status is now showing. So there are 2 that are ready. We now have to start the session. So I'm going to go ahead and click on those 2. So you see the little check boxes I'm putting in? So those 2 are ready, and those are the ones I'm going to test that morning. So I'm going to click on check off those 2 test sessions. And then we're going to go, step number 4, you're going to go to the task pane. You're going to select Show Students in Sessions and Control Sessions. All right, when you click on that, the Students in Sessions screen appears. So you see this makeup on 11021 is highlighted. Notice there are 2 students, right? Okay, if you click on the second one, there's 1 student. Okay, and notice a combined view right here. So if you need to start all of these, then do a combined view. All right, so I'm going to do the combined view for right now. All right, so number 5, choose the session from the left-hand side of the screen. The Start Session button appears. So if you pick this one right here, see the Start Session button right here? If you pick this one, the Start Session button appears. If you want to start both of those sessions rather than doing each one individually, then do the combined view. Click on the combined view and notice all of the students are listed. Okay? All right, and it's going to say start all sessions. So I want to just show you something again. So see the word when I did a combined view, it says start all sessions, right? So that's all sessions that's in the session list. There are 2 sessions in this session list. If I just want to use the first one, notice the word start session because there's just 1 session I want to start. If I do the other one, notice the word start session because there's only 1 session I want to start. But what's probably going to happen for almost all of you is you're going to have multiple sessions here that you need to start. So click on the combined view and we're going to start all sessions. All right, so before I click on all start sessions, remember what was stated in our online administration manual. When we select a start session, number 6, notice those 3 notes. Bullet number 1, the test session is now marked as in progress. Bullet number 2, the start session button becomes a stop session button. All right, you now have a padlock next to the test. And then bullet number 3, in the examinee pane, notice the student test status is marked as ready, but has a padlock. This means the test is locked and the room supervisor has to unlock it. All right, so let's do number 6 now. We're on step number 6. Okay, so before I click on the start all sessions, notice under the session right here, see it's gray right here? See it's gray, right? Gray circle. And notice the student test status is a padlock and it says ready. All right. So again, notice in the combined view, there are two, see in parentheses two, there are two sessions or two test sessions I created that I need to now start. So that's what that 2 right here represents. That 2 represents these 2 right here, the sessions list, that are in the sessions list. Notice it's gray. All right, now I'm going to go ahead now and click on Start All Sessions. Okay, so when I click on Start All Sessions, let's see what happens. All right, it's starting. See the word starting? Okay, and then now it's green. See that? It is now green. So notice this makeup session is green. The makeup is green. Okay. All right. Now notice it's green. It's in progress, right? And then notice, just like we saw earlier, it's still marked as gray, and the student test status, it has a padlock and it says ready. Notice the start all sessions now becomes stop all sessions. That's going to be important at the end of testing. So it says stop all sessions now. All right, so this now says in progress. This now says stop all sessions, and we see a padlock with the word ready. So it's now locked. The room supervisor will now be able to go in and unlock the test session for each of those students. All right, so that is the 2 important things that the test coordinator has to do before the day before testing and the morning of testing. So the day before testing, the test coordinator has to prepare test sessions. And the morning of the test coordinator has to start the test sessions. Those 2 things can only be done by the test coordinator. Okay, so that's going to take care of setting up for test day. If you have any questions, please let me know.